Okay. I've played this game before. I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't played this game before. But this came up in another streamer's conversation, and I jokingly tried to gift the streamer the game, and they said no. So, shout out to you. I want to play this game again, so I'm gonna play this game again. Wow! So, uh, people who came in from Hearts Raid, I hope you're prepared. Because it's time. Although... Oh yeah, both of these are... Goodbye! There are only 2 save files, so, we only need 1. Oh, there are 30. Never mind, I didn't have to delete that one. Oh well, I deleted it anyway. Sure you want to save here? Yes. I love this game. This is probably my favorite, game of this style. Excite. Spread the word. We're doing novel. I know it's more reading. But we're doing novel. We get to talk about the crab. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings.
Ow!
With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air.
What? Whoa!
His balance lost, and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor.
Ouch! God damn it! Ah! What the hell?
Don't switch me into adventure mode. Or whatever it was called. Don't care. I want novel screen. Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he'd fallen from.
A bed?
A 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk.
I fell pretty far. That really hurt.
His shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead, where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling.
Damn, my eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it.
At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening. But as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking.
An earthquake! But it's shaking too fast for that.
Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake.
Anyway.
Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. and muttered to himself.
Where am I?
His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the minutes past. What? Excuse me, log? In the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. I don't know why that advanced weirdly on me. Then, as suddenly as I had begun, the tremors ceased.
Wait, it stopped?
Cold silence fell over the room. Somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking.
What's that sound?
In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. Three-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door.
That's...
First thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5.
5?
I may switch to the other mode if I don't want to read. There's a lot of reading in this game.
What's this 5 mean?
But also the descriptions. Ah. Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result.
It won't open.
It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader.
What's this? Is this keeping the door shut?
Junpei knocked hard on the door.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door. And stopped.
Huh? What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of a sort he'd never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display.
A watch? It doesn't look like one. 5. That's the same as the door.
True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over as if to remove a watch, but...
What? How do I take this off?
The other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps...
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet they did nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However...
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future.
What the hell is the deal with this thing?
Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode.
Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? What the hell happened to me? My head.
Pain bloomed, but he did his best to shake it off. He raised his head.
Huh.
It was at that moment that he noticed the window.
This is...
The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it, but thick, impenetrable darkness.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
They squinted, trying to see something. Anything. It was at that moment...
Huh? What the? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on here?
Cracks split the glass of the window, and for a moment, Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst, and water began to pour into the room.
What the hell? God damn it!
Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already coming through the window, he ran for the door.
Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something!
I can't wait to do math, you guys. There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor, and rising quickly towards his knees.
It's not stopping. Not good. Not good at all. Okay. I need to find a way out, and fast.
Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Let's go! First puzzle! It's not like I've played this game like 5 times or anything. Alright. Q or an E. Although... let's save right now. Oh yeah! Tab is to switch item. What is map again? Oh god. Well, I don't have these yet, so it's whatever. Water just keeps pouring through the window. It's like a waterfall. I don't think shoving something into the window is gonna stop the water. In other words, if I don't want to die, I need to find a way out of this room. I have to figure this out. Doesn't seem like there's anything hidden on the sink. This is the only drain in this room. An old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. Screws keeping the back of the picture frame on. Anything else? No. Okay. Now it's got lit in red and blich in blue. Nothing else, but I can do this. Shakes the desk. There's a towel next to the sink. Wait, what? The sink is a piece of junk. Well, I won't be draining any water here, I guess. There's a pair of simple chairs next to the table. The water's already up to the chair! That's a table. Water is pouring onto it, like a little waterfall. I don't see anything useful here. That's totally a chair. What am I thinking? I don't have time to sit down and relax. That's totally a chair. This is the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was easy to open. Normal screwdriver. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough, and here's the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Or 0, I guess. So someone wrote a bunch of numbers and symbols on the back of the picture, huh? That should never sit. Yeah, I know. Though 1 through 5 are empty. Oh shit. 1 through 5 are empty, 6 through 8 are filled in. Maybe this has something to do with the relationship between the symbols and the numbers. I already did that! Screwdriver, huh? Wonder why that's here. Oh, let's see if there's anything in here. Huh, looks like there is. Key? Yeah, there's a little blue key in the bottom of this pot. Odd. Small key. This key's pretty small. Definitely not for a door. What's it for then? This key's blue. Is it supposed to open something else blue? Small blue key. A small blue key. Nothing in here. Okay. It's totally a stove. Nothing inside though. It's a closet. There's a lock on this briefcase. It won't budge. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. Huh? Guess this is the wrong key. Looks like it's the right size, but I can't get it into the hole. Number on this dial is 010. Guess I'm gonna need a key before I can put in any numbers. Okay. There's a pipe on the other end of the bed. There's nothing up top. I can keep looking till the cows come home. All I'm gonna find up there is that pillow. Damn it! Isn't there anything else I can use? We are at the middle block. There's nothing useful here. I can't see the bottom of the ladder. Oh man, the water's already up to the bottom of the bed. I've gotta hurry this up. Blue briefcase on top of the bed. What on the other side? Oh hey! It's got it's an arrow that goes all the way across the paper. It's red under the red symbols and blue under the blue ones. There's nothing else under the pillow. I can't bring myself to call this a bed. It feels like a board with a sheet on it. It's pretty flat. That doesn't look very comfortable. It's got light blue and white stripes. Kind of reminds me of the Argentinian soccer team. This is a bed. No doubt about it. Well, I can reach this bunk. Might as well look through it. Huh. Damn. Nothing here. Got it. I pull off these sheets and shove them into the window. Maybe that'll stop the water. Alright, window, let's see how you like this. Shoot, that's not gonna happen. There's way too much water coming through there. No way these sheets are gonna be enough to plug up that window. I guess there's only one way I'm going to live through this. And that's by getting the hell out of this room. After all, there's not really anything else I can do. There's the middle bunk, for the bed on the left. Middle bunk is within my reach. Nothing useful on it, though. Man, this is a pretty poor excuse for a bed. There's barely any space between the bed and the ceiling. I don't think I'd even have enough space to turn over. I bet money this was for poor passengers, or maybe the ship's crew. I've gotta die someday, but I sure as hell don't want it to be here. The top bunk of the left bed, I see. All I can see from down here is the underside of the top bunk. It's pretty high up there. So, this is the top bunk of the right bed. There's a ladder that goes from the floor to the ceiling so that you can get to all 3 bunks. Well, worst case scenario, I can just climb up there. Yeah, right, like that's gonna work. This ladder goes up to the top bunk. Amazing. A small red key. Yes, maybe I'm supposed to use it to open something red. Oh, fine. Whatever.
I should probably hold on to this key. Huh. Oh, what's up with my face? I look like a zombie. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment, and... I'm back. Not like anyone will respond. Man, work was rough today. Huh? A breeze?
Oh, shit. It
Huh,
switched me to
that's weird. Did I leave that open?
Ah! Damn it, I didn't even notice. I wish it wouldn't default to... What is this called? ADV? I wish it was just novel. Junpei walked toward the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
He closed the window. Then it happened.
What?
Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed in all black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden.
Who are...
Suddenly, he couldn't finish. Junpei tried to yell, but all he could manage was a strangled croak.
I can't...
Junpei collapsed to the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs, like a discarded puppet. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. White smoke poured out of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He could feel his mind begin to fade as well, a white haze that was not the smoke creeping into the edges of his vision. We were kidnapped.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh, and distorted in some way Junpei couldn't put his finger on.
You are going to participate in a game. The Nonary game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
It was the last thing Junpei remembered. White smoke overpowered him. The masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist.
That's right. That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
He ground his teeth in frustration and strained to remember anything about his attacker's figure.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not.
The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak.
Just who was that? They said, you have been chosen.
It's wearing the Free the Soul jacket. What it might mean, that was beyond him.
What the hell is going on? Why me?
There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important.
You are going to participate in a game. The Nonary game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
The Nonary game. Huh. What the hell is a Nonary game? God damn it!
With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Did nothing. There's nothing left on the mirror. Five, huh? What does that mean? Somebody's painted a big red 5 on the door. I guess that's a lever, huh? Maybe if I pull it... Well, it looks like pulling on the lever just makes a weird noise. Great! The light's still red, and the display hasn't changed. Damn it! Why the hell isn't this thing opening? Hell, you're okay! Oh my god, why are you so sad? Not there. Not there. Not there. Ah. Probably gonna... Oh, There I go. He's probably gonna push the door open and come back in and just start it up again, but... Ah! Oh yeah, sure enough. The groove on the side of this thing looks like it's made to have a keycard swiped through it, or something like that. Maybe if I can find a card I can unlock this thing. It's a mysterious device with a lever on it. It's got something that looks like a card reader on the side, but it's the weirdest card reader I've ever seen. Can I... No, I'll beat the room and then I'll adjust the text speed. Oh yeah, how do I... Okay, so file is right. Oh, or is it clicking it? Yeah, it's clicking it. Okay. Doesn't matter what I do, this thing won't budge. What the fuck? What do you mean, what the fuck? Uh-oh. I'm moving tabs around, so the audio is going away. Guess it's locked. Is this one just like the red briefcase? Welcome back, by the way, Junpei. Alright, let's see what happens if I put this blue key in the keyhole. And nothing. Guess we're gonna need some sort of code for the dial. I'm aware of the minigames. I didn't look at the piece of paper first. Oh, shit. It's not opening. Do I have anything that might give me some kind of hint? If it, yes, I know. It's okay. Oh, you guys can't see my cursor. Interesting. Yeah, I missed you so much. I had to see the other yes. Alright, we're the blue suitcase, so... 0263, I believe. There we go. Alright, let's see if this number works. These numbers work. A turn of the key, and hey, it looks like it's working. Yes! Alright, let's open it up. Crack that bad boy open. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? This is the file screen. Digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root with the following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single-digit number, add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double-digit number, add the number in the tens place to the number in the ones place. Keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single-digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. Example, the digital root of 678 would be 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 21, 2 plus 1 equals 3. Therefore, the digital root of 678 is 3. Example, the digital root of 234 would be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which equals 10. Then goes to 1 plus 0, which equals 1. Therefore, the digital root of 1234 is 1. I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single-digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. Notebook, a pen, and a calculator. And a stack of keycards. Huh. Looks like some keycards. There's a number written on each card. 678. Does that mean something? Okay. Right. I just want these to not say new, that's all. Okay, that's all the files. Now I can quick access calculator. Whoa. What button? That's file. What's items? That's the calculator. What's items? That's the flowchart. What is items? Hold on. Oh, it's tab. Alright, let me look at this. It's 6485. 6485. It's not open. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like... Shit, I did that thing that I did again. I do that, this thing should pop right open. Let's give it a shot. What did I say? 6483? Five. What did I say? I know the last numbers were 8 and 5, but... Ah! Six, 4, 6485. Ugh. Six, 4, 5. Oh, not 6, not 6. 7485. There we go. Yes, I unlocked it. It's okay. These look like key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Oh. There's nothing left in the refills. Cards with numbers on. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide these cards and see if they work. And... Huh? It's not working? Why? Damn it! No, that's right. I still have cards I haven't used. Damn it! Not again! There aren't any more cards in here. I've only got one other hint. Of course! The files! That file said something about a digital root. A digital root. Digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get a digital root of 5? I'm not really sure about this. Ah, whatever, it's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards that give me the digital root of 5 through the reader. Oh my god, what is it? I don't even remember. Not something that makes 9. Oh, there we go. I could have mathed that, but I refuse. Alright, I think this is gonna work. There we go, that's a new noise! Huh. Did it just unlock? Oh, that light was red and now it's blue! No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go. Indeed. I agree, Val. Yeah, fuck math. You found it. Ding! Okay.
Whoa!
Accompanied by a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room and into the opposing wall.
Ow!
Water tossed and turned him like a washing machine, and he only stopped rolling when he hit his head on the wall. Oh yeah, wait, hold on, give me a second. Is it down? No. Is it? No. No. That's not that either. Oh, whatever. Just hit the save button. Yes. So I can look at my options. Oh shit, that's right, you can't control. You can't control the speed of the text. Oh, that's annoying. Hello, Theta!
Whoa!
Okay. Right, saving
Ow!
just puts you at the start of talking.
My head. Wait, is it over? Whew. That felt too much like being flushed down a toilet. Damn.
Junpei struggled to his feet in the still rushing water.
Well, better than drowning, I guess. Am I in a hallway?
Water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs.
Oh.
Does have to do this. Oh, X is meant. Oh, all skin. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Just 5 steps, in fact. I tried to give this game to someone, mostly as a joke. And they were like, I'm never gonna play this, and I said, fine, I'll just play it again. And here we are. And at the top of this short staircase...
A door! Another door!
And it doesn't have a number on it.
Damn this water! Ugh. Let me go!
Junpei leapt up the stairs, straight for the door.
Huh, yes! It opened!
Door burst open and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. Yeah! No problem. Raids are fun. I usually end up raiding people that I already know, that I watch fairly regularly. But, I have not been steered wrong by raid suggestions before. What other possible response could there have been to what he said?
What? What the hell?
His voice trailed off, and all he could do was stare. Polished floor stretched out before him. 8 staircases rising up from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. The stairs and pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s. Okay, Theta. Yes.
This is the inside of a ship?
Junpei couldn't help but wonder.
Well...
Water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he'd been in, gathering speed as it moved toward the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally, Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh, shit! Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in protest on the polished floor, and ran toward the tremendous staircase in front of him.
C deck.
I can't make any promises.
B deck. Hurry! Hurry!
As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks of the ship.
A deck's next.
Took the stairs two at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself. Just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead,
What?
Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye.
People.
Actually, four, in fact. He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were four people staring at him. And on the right side, three more.
A lot of people.
All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. They'd stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly on the next step in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? Is this spoiler-free or not? We'll try not to. But sometimes I get excited and I talk about other endings. This is not the first time I've played this game on stream. But also the last time I played this, I'm pretty sure, like, nobody watched it. Maybe not nobody, but not very many people. This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again.
I guess it's another one of us now.
A dancer?
The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Her clothes covered very little, and her prodigious words. Oh yeah, I have, definitely. Prodigious jewelry. Little more.
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and toward the doors behind him.
Oh, well, okay then.
The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman. I forgot about that description.
Silver hair? Huh?
The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering.
One of us, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. He looks really angry, scary right now. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see wisps of gray in his hair. His composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather like that of an elderly lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
The next to speak to Junpei was a girl with pink hair and a high voice.
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
She's gonna throw us against the wall like that angry water. Yes. His small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. His features were graceful, almost serene. And he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified, somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei had always imagined a prince would be like.
That's 9 of us then. All of the cards are in hand.
What does that mean? Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man had meant, but the girl with pink hair rushed past him.
Wait! They're gone. Just what is going on? There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
He turned just in time to see 2 more people running toward him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest and looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him. And the other was a veritable mountain of a man.
Ah!
The scrawny one scuttled past Junpei as though he were running from something.
What was that all about?
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him? The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way.
Oh!
Thrown off balance by the man and recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked up at what the other 7 had been running toward.
Hey man, that was dangerous! Huh?
There were 2 pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. The door on the right,
4? And this one says 5.
They're the same.
the guy Junpei had decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself.
The room I woke up in had a number on the door just like that.
You too, eh?
With an arched eyebrow, the lion looked over at Silver.
My cell was the same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
It was as though the floodgates had been opened. They all began to talk at once.
Me too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
It soon became clear that each one of them had awoken in a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle to escape. They'd all ended up in the same room. Almost as though they'd been guided there.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that, lady?
Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running.
Open! Damn it!
He grabbed hold of the door labeled 5 and pulled. However,
Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way!
Mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. His path cleared, he took a few steps back, then threw himself at the door. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking or opening. The mountain threw himself at the door again.
A body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it. There must be some other way.
Junpei turned toward door 4. Next to the door on the wall was a small box.
This looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier. So that means this door is probably locked too. But still...
He had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight onto it. It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he'd suspected.
Damn it!
Junpei punched the door. It did not respond. Why did you punch it? You knew it was gonna be locked.
Are there any other doors?
He'd barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on his way up sprang, unbidden to his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back toward the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. Punched it because you were frustrated. Wow, 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 wow. What? It's a girl. It was a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he'd met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Response suggested she'd seen him before as well.
Huh?
Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. Quake caught the girl unprepared, and she fell.
Watch out!
Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Or so he thought. Did they fall down the stairs? Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own.
Yeah.
He was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment that seemed to stretch for a very long time, they stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, thick, muffling. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh! Is that you, Junpei?
Jumpy. Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Things he'd thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. He could feel his face heating up. At that moment. No, stop that. I hate how it switches back if you've selected it. A speaker crackled to life and a cold, eerie voice filled the room.
What?
What's that voice?
Why, indeed. They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they found it. A speaker set in the ceiling. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static.
This is...
Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
That guy in the gas mask!
That guy!
Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
Hello? Huh? Stop. I was being checked on, I guess? I don't really know what happened there.
Some of you I know are familiar with this game. The Nonary game. It is a game where you put your life on the line.
Nonary game.
What the hell's that?
The voice continued. Implacable? Implaceable? I don't know.
The rules of the Nonary game can be found upon your persons. They are simple rules. Read them.
What is he talking about?
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants. He felt the telltale crumple of paper, slightly damp from his earlier ordeal.
Hey, I got one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked.
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets, and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
He glanced around. Looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
There is one last thing I must tell you. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship has begun to sink. On April 14, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into Earth's moon. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 days, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I will give you more time. 9 hours. That is the time you will be given to make your escape.
The voice finished, and the speaker went silent.
I hear a bell.
I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came.
It rang 9 times, so 9 o'clock then?
Someone has wound him up.
I think it's 9 p.m. I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Now it is time. Let our game begin. I wish you all the best of luck.
Messing with Val. The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
That guy won't stop shouting. And the others. Huh. Whew.
Junpei too was consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions. Who is Zero? What's the Nonary game? What's it for? Is he some nutjob just doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose? And why pick me to be part of this insane game? And the others? Why are these 8 people here? And the most confusing of them all. Why is Akane here? I haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now? Coincidence? No. There's no way. There has to be a reason. I don't know what exactly, but there has to be.
Very well.
The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors?
Hey, wait! Wait, don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
Lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
What?
Where have we not looked? Everyone searched A-Deck already, right?
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first? We should see how deep this place goes.
I can work with that.
Then let's go.
Whoa!
What the hell? It's completely submerged.
Damn. If the water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about.
The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it.
See? The water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has been stopped. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
Then you're saying we won't sink till then?
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A-Deck and C-Deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C-Deck before we jump to any conclusions? We might find something there.
Huh, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase, too. They're pretty suspicious.
No numbers on either door. And I don't see an authentication device either. Nope. It's locked.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
This one doesn't open either.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man, give me a hand.
Using force, I see. Let's give it a try.
I don't think that's going to work.
It won't budge.
Could you not just start shouting out of nowhere? You almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with 2 of us trying. It's very well made.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
A keyhole?
Right. It's obvious what we need to open this door.
A key, huh?
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
Ignoring the tense air between the two, Junpei moved closer to examine the doorknob.
What's this?
Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot.
There's a mark on it. Does it mean something?
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Hmm?
pink hair was looking at double doors they hadn't examined yet.
More doors.
I think they're elevators. There's an inverted triangle button by them.
May as well try pressing it. Huh. Nothing.
Maybe the power isn't on.
Or we need to do something with this card reader. And there's a strange mark here, too. What is this? It looks like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the H.
Junpei stared at it for a while.
This is the symbol of Saturn. It's an astrological symbol.
Then the mark on the other door.
I think that was the sun symbol. We saw the same symbols on A deck.
We did?
I don't remember that.
A deck, huh? Huh. I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know.
We may as well check again since we're talking about it.
Indeed, Lion's words urged them on, and they took the stairs up.
There, the two doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right. It looks similar to what we saw downstairs.
This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
I see.
Interesting. Junpei looked up at the ceiling.
The ceiling. Metal plates. Huh. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome of some kind.
I wish we could get out through there.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
The windows, too. Huh. They're all covered.
There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plates.
In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere.
Junpei was not happy. The girl with pink hair spoke up.
Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
Then the mountain spoke.
You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
The prince did not agree.
No, I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, two of them at least.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors.
All eyes turned toward the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them.
We'd have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
May as well give it a shot. We can't stay here forever.
Yes, I'm in favor as well.
No, I'm totally against this.
But shouldn't we at least try?
We don't know what'll happen. We should stay here.
We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
Clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Hey, shut up!
They fell silent and all eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch.
Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
They were silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane.
I agree. I think Junpei is right.
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Junpei. His name is Junpei.
She pointed toward Junpei.
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop! Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
Hell yeah, it would! We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7?
It seemed a fair question. The mountain stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
Alright, I'm gonna be Santa. Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, san means 3. So, I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think?
Any of you chumps know Japanese, speaking to a room of mostly Japanese people?
Then your bracelet number.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I?
Don't ever change, English localizations. Any of you chumps know Japanese? Hello, Mr. Arceus.
My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8.
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant given that I'm blind.
You can't see?
I knew it.
He'd kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange, but to hear it said so casually, it was something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it.
Me next!
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with pink hair.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right?
Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. The face of her bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet.
Alright, my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now.
The dancer cut him off in mid-sentence.
I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. They all nodded. Akane stepped forward nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Junpei.
Wow, the dice! Alright, I'll do that. Which, what sets do we want? Do we want evens or odds? 1 through 10, or 11 through 12, or a specific number versus anything else? The choice is yours, Arceus. I am petting the dog.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Evens versus odds? Okay, I will set that up. Evens versus odds. You have 10 minutes. We will continue the game while the timer goes. Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something.
What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she'd claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought.
All right then. Why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Akane kneaded her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled back at her reassuringly.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Okay then.
Their names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly in his head.
So this is how everyone breaks down. 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake.
Let me scoot in the chair more.
3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me. 6 is June.
Okay, me. That's your code name.
7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with a nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. What did you say about me? It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity. The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She pulled her hands on her hips, or she put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person. His breath came in hot pants.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
He extended a trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
Took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust.
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right, let me show you. I'm gonna do this!
By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. But it wasn't Snake, it was this guy. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist.
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
And any of you chumps know Spanish, I'm nueve. Silver, Santa, leapt forward, toward Clover and the Ninth Man. He was halfway there when...
Stay back!
Suddenly, the man's hand dove into his pocket.
Ah!
He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck.
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open! Yeah, That's right.
Man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring, but poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
Prince Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do?
I told you. This is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared, and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
Press the knife against Clover's neck, hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out towards the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and on the display above her hand, an asterisk appeared.
So that's how it works. He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then, should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5.
Door 5. But why does this guy know so much about how this thing works? It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally, they stopped on the lion, Ace.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes, I am. So?
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it!
You know more than you let on, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Don't you care what happens to her?
Honestly, that's kind of a mouthful for a code name. Maybe you should change it.
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palms out. The ninth man jerked his chin toward the device.
I'm coming over.
There we go! Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. We'll call you Ninth Man. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Now, verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door, but it won't open yet. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
Get back!
His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back.
No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told.
Ha!
The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Wait, don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan.
Clover's 4 and Ace is 1. Added to the ninth man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14, and the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4, is 5. In other words...
Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan.
Good! I don't need you anymore!
He let go of Clover.
Wait!
Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough.
Here! She's all yours!
The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye!
He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. Door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover! Are you alright?
Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
Junpei ran to the door.
That bastard!
The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled.
Open, damn it!
I need to readjust myself in my seat. They grunted and strained, but...
Shit! It won't budge.
That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
What is it?
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Shit! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Ah, God damn it!
Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work? Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was him! He killed me! It was him!
The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room.
A beep?
All eyes turned toward it.
Did that thing just make that sound?
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
7. The mountain swallowed hard.
Okay.
Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel.
Well, it registered my bracelet number. But it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do? His is 5, so... Well, all of these work, so we'll make... Snake and 7 do it.
Snake, 7. You think you could give me a hand here?
The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their lift. That's not Santa and June. That's Snake and 7. Whoops! Both Snake and 7 lifted their hands silently. He verified, and the other followed suit. It really wanted me to choose Santa and June, it seems.
5 plus 2 plus 7 equals 14. The digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. This should do it.
I like how the voice dialogue part is correct, but the silent text is not. Wrong choice.
Now we just need to pull the lever on the side. You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered lever. There was a metallic groan, and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god!
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. A shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. She crumpled to the floor.
June! Are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. Question mark was a questionable fellow. He sure was. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and her whole body began to shake.
Alright, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
Oh my god, you scared me. Don't do that. As gently as he could, he set her down in it.
How are you feeling? Are you alright?
Part of you questions that. She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
Why? Why did this happen?
Not scream.
Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs. No. No, I'm gonna close the door. Oh, the door's getting closed. You can get back in. Oh no. Whatever shall you do? When is break time? in 4 minutes. I know there's like a cutoff point where I can save here. I mean, I can save whenever, but this is one of those moments where if I were to quit and then reload, it probably would start... Yeah, it was roughly about now-ish was when I did it.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this Nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus simply stood there. 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. So if I like scrolled all the way back. Oh. Oh. It just saves it all. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Oh, here it is. This fade out, I think, is like, this was this entire section. I think. When will we do dice? We will do dice right now. Okay, Evans was in the lead with 59%. Odds being 41. I will grab this dice, grab my phone, roll this thing down the stairs, and then give the result, and then after I will take my break. It'll be 6 p.m. I have uploaded it in the Discord. The dice has been rolled. I roll it down the stairs. For people who are not aware, I roll the dice down the stairs. So that way it's always guaranteed to be the most chaotically random roll it could possibly be. And then I take a picture of it, so that way people know that I'm not lying. So the winner was Odds. It landed on 1. So congratulations, Odds. You have declared the victory. Enjoy your extra channel points. Being the underdog, that's a lot more points. All right. Now I'm going to I have an idea. Yeah, there we go. It's tea. Perfect. Well, that's a really sad one to start with. Jeez. Yeah, I think saving and quitting would start right here. Okay, so I will take a break here. Play some ads in the meantime. And for YouTube, just pause and unpause when your break has been taken, because it's been 2 hours. Almost. You should take a break too. It's healthy. And I'll be back in a little bit. Alright. Now you have 1K? Nice. Some people have been amassing points. I need to find a redemption thing that people are willing to spend. Like, it's, you know, a bit pricier. Just, you know. What kind of cookies? They're snickerdoodles, and one of them looks like to be a red velvet with white chocolate chips. Very nice. Alright. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence. He's enjoying some water.
It's 10 o'clock then.
Ace said what each one of them had been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Let me... You'd think about it? Like, 9 hours without anything to eat or drink? I'm surprised. I'm surprised nobody complained. I mean, people complained, but they didn't complain about being hungry. Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up! Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank, and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the 9th man?
Of course, who else?
In his eye... words. In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood. Oh. Blood and pieces of flesh.
The dark, reddish-black pool of blood. Scattered pieces of flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
That's no way for a person to die.
9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. They suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed, and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. Val, no. No, Val, no. No. He's so upset, and I don't know why. He was just let outside. He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jetted up out of his chest, like the legs of some sort of macabre crab. There goes the crab. Rib crab. I felt something flip in his stomach. Alright, Arceus.
I think he just screwed up.
Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out with us. Eyebrows went up and Santa continued.
He probably set off some sort of trap, and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The 9th man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
Val, no!
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died.
Give me a second. I'll be
Quite
back.
simple if you think about it.
Right, he has been bashed again, even though it's like, oh, come on, dude. You literally just went outside.
Huh?
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door, right?
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said that everyone who verified
All
had
those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
Thank you. Snake inclined his head toward Junpei.
The 9th man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
And Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity and sighed. Well, looked is kind of cruel, game.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
A card? What does it say?
See for yourself.
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
He's being funny.
Give me that.
Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
Huh? The hell is this?
Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands.
I see.
The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille.
Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry, guys, I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
Suddenly everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people who you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt that by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or timer, for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. So long as the doors open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets.
81 seconds. The digital root of 81 is 9. Oh.
There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the exotic wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Oh, I thought it was because the digital root of 81 was 9, but that's even better. Not only is 9 times 9 81, but the digital root of that is 9. Very cheeky game.
There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors. Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. Yeah, maybe don't do that. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
There's a bomb inside me.
Thought of it made him queasy.
Oh.
His stomach felt oddly hollow. His legs were weak.
What made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
Junpei looked over at the others.
All right, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something?
Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once.
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though. That mask! It was really scary!
Huh?
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on. There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only Seven's story seemed to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover.
Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Siblings?
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand?
Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but...
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh, you mean between Junpei and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah.
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well, and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible.
Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell?
Huh, ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
They looked at one another. And like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time.
Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
Word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. Room went quiet again.
I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Santa threw up his hands, his voice was filled with irritation.
Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here!
There's a lot of text in this game.
You really sure you want to just sit around?
But the text, especially during the escape rooms, are so fun and colorful.
We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our 9 hours.
We can't not do the Funyarinpa dialogue choice. I would love to get it correct, but in my heart of hearts, I am forever cursed to get it wrong. Everyone there was already on the edge of panic. Santa told them only made that feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue this time.
You're right.
That's not a curse. But I mean it, I've never chosen dog. I've always chosen Funyarinpa, except for the one time where I left it up to a random number picker, but the number picker got it wrong anyway, so I said a goldfish.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
That's not a curse. Yeah, I didn't see the dog. But Funyarinpa was just really funny. So it's like, what? Especially considering since I played Zero Time Dilemma, copper plated, and the other two are just like, Junpei, what the fuck are you talking about? It was just... Curiosity was piqued.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
June looked toward the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait.
What door should we take? At first I was like, oh yeah, let's just go the route that gets us to the true ending the fastest, but I like this game too much to give it that type of treatment. So I'm down for whatever we decide to do. I am, however, gonna control the dialogue choices and not intentionally fuck up conversations with people, because last time I did that, I was like, why isn't Lotus talking to me in the experiment room? And it was like, oh, or not the experiment room. What room was it with Clover? The observation room? I forget what it's called. She refused to talk to me, and then I was like, oh yeah, I didn't talk to her before we did the door choices, and I'd forgotten.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
and we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey, no, this works because if we have some people to choose from who want to go to door 4, then
Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming.
it was applied correctly. Look at it. I'm so proud of you, Santa. That was the last straw.
What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going?
Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
There was another long silence. This time, Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do.
Ace stepped forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me.
Or you could whip out your calculator, but
Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital root be?
it's full of...
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So, the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
He repeated what he determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. They would go through door 5. Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4. Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the 9th man. I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse, even just a little closer. Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but that means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that.
It was
Should
4.
I stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
As he turned his option over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up.
All right, then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go?
He began to walk toward 5.
I'm going through door 5.
Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
Well, what do we do? Funyorinpa now or to Funyorinpa later? That is the question. We'll do both eventually. But I feel like almost everyone goes coffin first. It's just an inadvertent thing that ends up happening. Few first playthroughs don't get to the coffin. And by first playthroughs, I mean first loops. No, I will not be explaining what the coffin is. Just know that there's one. But that doesn't necessarily mean we have to go through door 5. We could still go through door 4 and just choose a different door later. Ooh, the red velvet cookie is good. Delicious. Let's just do 4? Okay. Decided that door 4 would be fine.
I'll go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to stay by her side.
June. Akane Kurashiki.
This should be fine. It's no problem this way.
Alright.
I should see the other 4 off.
He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood.
Looks like Ace and the others are going.
He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake, Clover, and 7. Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they had reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands one by one on the scanner panel of the red.
Now then.
Ace grabbed the lever. His face tight with determination, he turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
As Ace pulled the lever, the door swung open. Mouth of a great hungry beast.
So horrible.
Beyond the door, Junpei knew, lay the sad remains of the 9th man. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and 7 hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing.
What are you doing? We need to hurry.
Snake had no such problems, as his blindness made him immune to the horror. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splack in the pool of blood.
Snake, your shoes!
It's fine. Hurry! Or are you planning on dying with everyone else? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Sorry, Snake!
Let's go!
The 3 remaining steeled themselves and stepped through the door. Read that line weirdly. Door 5 swung shut, closing with the heavy finality of metal upon metal. Junpei and his companion scrambled to the door.
Hey! How is it over there? Did you find anything? At least say something, will you?
Something's beeping.
It's just like before.
Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet.
Do you think they're okay?
June's face showed her concern more plainly than her words ever could. Most his own response to her question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. It was 7.
Hey, there it is! That's gotta be that dead thing! Come on, get over here! We gotta authenticate!
The beeping stopped.
The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door.
Phew! Looks like it stopped.
Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief of their own.
Hey, guys! Are you doing alright over there?
They'd heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure.
Yep, we're fine.
Despite the recent danger, Clover's voice was as bubbly as ever.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different. You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than that, it's just like the red. Authenticating is the same too.
Convenient.
Awesome! Thanks. That helps a lot.
Well, we should probably move on now. You be careful out there.
Roger that.
Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed toward door 4.
Whew. Now it's our turn. I'll go first.
They stood in front of the red and placed each of their hands upon it. Four asterisks appeared on the screen. Junpei grabbed the lever and turned around.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go!
None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. Junpei nodded to them and turned back toward the red.
All right, let's go.
With strength and determination, he pulled the lever.
Run!
The four of them leapt through the door together. The moment they had passed through it, each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist.
Oh, damn.
In the center of each bracelet, a red skull appeared and began to flash.
It's counting down.
The detonator's countdown had begun. In the long moment that each of them spent staring at their wrists... Thanks for your help, Fuka. Yes. The numbered door behind them closed, the sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway.
We can't go back!
Yeah, we know that.
We need to hurry and find the device!
Hey! Where the hell is the...
Oops.
How would I know?
And noon out.
Don't give me that crap! Start looking!
I already am!
They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device that was the key to their salvation. The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. On the right side of it stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. They had taken time to think. They would likely have discerned the doors led to cabins.
Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms.
Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are?
Junpei was too frightened to count properly, but his best guess, there were 7 or 8 of them.
Ah, fuck! We don't have time to count!
Junpei ran to the nearest door.
We just need to open them all.
He grabbed the knob and shook it hard.
It won't open!
It didn't feel locked, more like someone had hammered an iron plate over the other side of the door. Junpei turned around to find another door and saw that his companions had already run to doors of their own. They did not seem to be having any more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears.
Shit, this one's no good!
Same here.
It's not moving!
June was the last to speak up.
Oh!
As Junpei looked in her direction, his eye caught something he hadn't noticed before. A small red blinking light.
There it is! At the end of the hallway! Run!
Oops. Even as he yelled, he ran. Grabbed Santa, Lotus, and June and pulled them toward the light. Santa called out to them as he ran.
Hey, how many more seconds do we have?
How would I know?
Our time limit is 81 seconds!
I know that, goddammit! I'm asking you how many seconds we have left!
In all likelihood, Junpei figured nearly a minute had already passed since the door had closed behind them. If that was true. Urgency foremost in all of their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dead sat on the left wall, blinking almost tauntingly at them.
Hurry! It's the dead! Get over here!
Junpei grabbed hold of the machine, his hands slick with sweat and shaking. He slammed his hand against the scanner panel.
Come on, everyone!
The other three quickly followed suit. With a grunt, Santa yanked the lever downward.
Looks like it stopped.
His hands beginning to steady, Junpei wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his forehead. As they caught their breath, the four companions began to look around.
There's another door at the end of the hallway.
You could see a heavy-looking set of double doors. Set into the walls of the hallway on either side of the larger door were two smaller ones.
Let's try this one first. And of course it won't open.
How many times had he come across similar doors with similar results, he wondered. Or perhaps, he corrected himself, more a lack of results. Whatever the reason, the door remained firm and unyielding, and refused to allow Junpei, or anyone else, passage.
A keyhole.
Above the keyhole was a small symbol, engraved in the brass.
What's this mark? Mail?
Wasn't quite sure what to make of it, and stared at it for a moment in confusion. It was June that corrected him.
No, not exactly. That's probably the symbol of Mars. Well, technically, they are the same symbol, but I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway. The symbols of the solar system.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
So this isn't the man symbol. It's a symbol for Mars?
I think so, yes.
I see. Wait, where's Santa?
While Junpei and June talked, Santa had disappeared. They turned to find him some distance down the hallway. He had gone to check the other doors. Yes. He's freaking out right now. He's kind of freaking out. He needs somebody to ground him 24/7, at least during this. So I guess over the course of 9 hours. Although he, in all of the games, is always the most freaked out, except for one. I mean, maybe in Zero Time Dilemma he's not as freaked out sometimes as some of the other characters, but he's definitely the most concerned about what's going on out of anyone in that game. I love the C-Team shenanigans with Akane and Carlos. They're fantastic, because he's always like, But he has dumb ideas of his own, too. Like, the unforgettable, we'll shield Akane and then die Carlos. The fuck?! Oh, I love this series so much. Eventually, he reached the last of them and jogged back. It took him only a moment to catch his breath again.
Yeah, so, I looked the place over. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open.
Then that must mean...
We only have 2 more doors.
Lotus examined the doors on either side of the large double door. Each one had a metal plate attached to it.
Maybe it's the room number.
The door on the left has a B92, and the one on the right says B93. All right, let's open them. I'll open B92.
Okay, I'll get B93 then.
Junpei put his hand on the doorknob, and Santa moved to the other door. They'd made it through the numbered door alive. There's nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Santa looked at each other and nodded.
1, 2, 3!
In unison, they pushed against their respective doors. and promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. They turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa.
Hey, it opened.
Yeah, it did.
Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
I didn't expect that.
It was so easy.
Lotus's calm voice broke into their thoughts.
Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. I can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet.
As she headed for room 93, Lotus continued.
Well, now we have these 2 rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that will help us get out of here. Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. You 2 take the other one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This is kind of a weird looking picture. Do you think it's an abstract painting or something? It looks kind of like a demon with an elephant-like nose, sucking on a human being's brain. Yes, he's just like, oh my god, it opened. Where the hell did that come from? What's our brain made of? Can't say I'd mind finding out a little more about what goes on in there. It's a kind of weird looking picture. It's some sort of weird black and white design. Looks like there's a room on the right side of this picture. That vase looks expensive. I wonder how much we could get for it. Are you gonna steal it? Looks like a valuable vase. Empty though. Looks like there's a room to the right of the vase. It's just a shower head. There's nothing special about it. That's the shower knob. Let's see if anything happens when we turn it. No water's coming out. It's a shower knob. There's no water coming out of the shower. There's a little blue platform protruding from the shower wall next to the knobs. It's for putting soap on. I used a shower once, so I know. Once. A soap holder. I just love that statement. I've used a shower once. That's the bathroom wall. There are square tiles all over it. It's a shower head. It feels dry too. That probably means no one has used it in a long time. A dry shower head. A collection of full and partially depleted rolls of toilet paper. Someone was well prepared. There's nothing too suspicious about it. Someone was well prepared. Now let's check the toilet. There's nothing in there. The tank's empty too. There isn't even any water in it. It's completely dry. Shower curtains, huh? Let's try closing it. Now I can see the full expanse of the shower curtain in all its waterproof glory. There's nothing. Suspicious. It's just a normal old shower curtain. A narrow shower. And I'm standing in it with June. This is awkward. Time to open the curtain! Just turning around. No, he opens it if I turn it around. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we go back to the living room? Okay. Let's go back. Junpei, what are you doing? I don't have the time to be relaxing on a sofa. It's a sofa. Maybe I shouldn't sit on it. June will get mad again. Sofa. A burrito. Oh no, my mistake. It's a sofa. The color is so soothing, like. It's a display case. I think the painting is a far better choice, if you must. Yes, but there's nothing being displayed. How sad. Looks like the drawers are empty, too. It's a table made of wood. Hey, there's something here. Looks like a box of matches. On a wooden table. There are matches on it. It's a box of matches. There are matches inside, obviously. Hey, do you think we could burn down that door at the end of the hallway with these matches? Not gonna work, huh? Yeah. They're matches. I could probably light something small on fire with them. Junpei looked down blankly at what he was holding, then up at June.
Oh yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now?
Staring at these matches reminded me of how badly you were burning up earlier from that fever.
Yes, I'm fine.
Thinking about fire. June certainly looked fine.
Let me see your forehead.
Junpei held his hand on her forehead for a few seconds.
Oh!
Guess it really has gone down.
Are you worried about me?
Yeah, I guess I am.
I guess I am.
June blushed and giggled.
By the way, Junpei.
Hmm?
How did you end up here?
What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I?
There was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night. You inhaled some white smoke and passed out. When you woke up, you were on D-deck.
Damn straight.
But is that really the truth?
What?
Junpei, are you hiding something from me?
No, why would I?
Well, if you think about it, this is awfully suspicious. I mean, why would two childhood friends bump into each other in a place like this?
Hey, I could ask you the same thing. Are you hiding something?
What would I hide?
Well, I don't know. Anything. I mean, you're hiding it. How would I know?
You mean like the number of men I've dated?
Junpei's heart stumbled over itself.
Do you want to know?
He had to admit he was a little curious.
Don't worry.
She smiled at him.
Only 18.
Akane, you need to stop! 9 plus 18, 1 plus 8 is 9.
Yeah.
Times 0. Yeah, I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet.
June looked a little embarrassed and scratched the back of her head in a desperate attempt to seem nonchalant.
Yeah, I see.
Junpei coughed quietly in much the same way.
Anyway, I'm not hiding anything. Just like you, Junpei. When I woke up, I was on D-deck.
Well, you do have a point. I mean, why did Zero pick us? We haven't seen each other since elementary school.
I wonder.
June nodded, and for a few moments she had the faraway look of someone in deep thought.
Look for what connects the victims. That will lead you to the culprit. Do you remember Seven saying something like that?
Yeah, I do. So?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this must all have something to do with a classmate of ours.
You got any ideas who it might be?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Well, if it had something to do with school, then it could be one of our teachers, or maybe the principal?
Or the janitor, or the lunch lady.
No, I can barely remember any of them.
Yeah.
Oops, I know. Junpei went back to searching, feeling unpleasant and confused. Elementary school. Elementary school. Was there anything strange that had happened in elementary school? As he searched the room, he continued to rack his brain. It's a round wooden table. This isn't a painting! It's a map? It looks like a map of the ship's interior. Oh, this is a great find! I think it'll be really useful. Let's take it with us. Are you sure about that? It's now possible to use the map screen. Oh my god. Uh-huh. Look at this helpful ass map. So good. Junpei took one last look at the map, then folded it up and slid it back into his pocket. June looked up as he closed it.
This ship is bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's probably about 900 feet long.
Must be one of those fancy cruise ships.
Of course, it doesn't really look like a cruise ship.
Everything in here is really retro. Even if it's just some sort of style choice, there's just too much.
Do you remember what Zero said?
Let's spend 5 hours looking at it, yes.
Do you think maybe this boat and the Titanic have something to do with each other?
What? No.
That's a good point. I doubt he would have mentioned it if there wasn't a reason.
Junpei took a moment to look around the room.
Do you think this boat is...
Titanic?
a replica of the Titanic?
You think this boat is the Titanic, Akane? Oh my god.
A replica?
Yeah, you know, like a copy of the actual boat.
Who on earth would make something like that?
I don't know. So let's look at this map. Wonderful. Look at how helpful this is. Amazing. Oh. Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Perfection. Look at this very useful piece of paper. Sorry.
Fans. Crazy Titanic fans.
No way. Do you even know how much money that would take?
No idea.
But all they've got to do is break even, you know?
Break even?
Yeah, they could use it as a cruise ship.
Climb aboard a piece of history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic. Hell, with marketing like that, they'd probably have more customers than they'd know what to do with.
Are we sure about that?
Do you really think people would want to ride on a ship with such an ominous past?
Some people would. Don't write it off that quickly, June.
It's the site of the worst accident in history. Over 1,500 people died. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd get cursed just for going.
A curse, huh?
Junpei, do you believe in that sort of thing? You know, curses and stuff?
No.
Yeah, well, I guess so. To a certain extent.
I'm gonna keep being affirmative. All affirmative questions. All for Akane. Junpei scratched his temple.
What about you?
Almost read that as template. And I'm like, that's the wrong word. It is a word, but it's not correct.
No, I guess that's kind of a dumb question.
Yes, I do believe in curses. In fact, I think it was a curse that sunk the Titanic.
Although the funny thing about this... Oh shit, I should have done this actually. If you say no, you'll end up... this is interesting. when you talk to Akane, it actually doesn't matter what you choose, because she'll keep pressing the issue and just talk anyway. Which is an interesting factoid when playing the game back, if you decide to be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna take the Clover bookmark, or I'm not gonna talk to Clover. I'm not gonna... You can't not learn about any of the information that Akane has. She will tell you no matter what you say, which is cool. Also... other stuff.
What?
A curse sank the Titanic. The curse of the Egyptian mummy.
Junpei couldn't understand how June had maintained a straight face to say that.
Supposedly, the Titanic carried the mummy of the priestess Amun-Ra.
Like, I think so, at least. We could try it again in the next room. Save before the room, and then when we get inside the
stolen
thing where
from
she'll
a
start
pyramid.
talking more, I just say no. No repeatedly over and over again. But I'm pretty sure the last time I played this, I said, no, I don't believe in curses, and she just went off anyway.
And they say that the mummy had a history. Everyone involved with it died mysterious deaths.
Don't be mean to Akane. Well, now that I've said it, I have to experiment and see if I'm right or if I'm just remembering it wrong.
Come on,
I
I'm
can't
sure
say
you've heard of it
something and
before.
then not follow through with it to test.
Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you ever heard that one?
So you're saying the Titanic sunk because of that curse?
That's right!
June's eyes had lit up with excitement, like a child with a new toy.
That mummy, the priestess, supposedly, she was special.
What do you mean?
Well, supposedly, she was really pretty.
Pretty?
This is very important information.
Yes?
But she was a mummy.
That's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She almost looked alive.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, it's that thing. I don't remember the name. Where your body turns into some kind of wax? Yeah? The fat in it turns into something kind of like candle wax, right? And...
Yes, saponification, but that's not what it was.
Huh?
That's not it. She wasn't wax.
Then what was it?
They say that she was frozen.
What? Frozen?
That's right. The whole body was frozen solid. You know how a human body is more than 60% water? Well, all of that water was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic, even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
That's crazy.
I think so too, but maybe it's true and we just didn't know about it before.
I didn't know?
Yep. Maybe it's common sense to eat shaved ice in the desert because it lasts forever.
Huh? Nah, that seems too silly to be true.
But maybe it isn't. It just appears that way because you didn't know it was true.
Well, yeah,
June and Junpei talked a little more, and then went back to their investigation. But even as they did, his mind went back to what she'd told him.
Ice that doesn't melt, even in the desert? Does something like that really exist? No, even if it did, it wouldn't really be ice anymore, would it?
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Like he'd eaten his ice cream too fast. There's nothing left in the frame. A bed frame. Now we don't have to worry about falling off. I toss and turn when I sleep. She's blushing again. What the hell is she thinking about? Tossing and turning in bed. A bed frame. A bed frame. It's a light blue blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's only bed sheets under the blanket. Nothing exciting. A blanket. Should we take another look at this blanket? No, I think we've covered it pretty well. Looks like that one was lame enough to get her to blush a little. It's so well made that it for sure won't fly off. Look, there's two pillows right next to each other. Guess it's a double. Huh? What's up? Turning red. Oh man, is her fever back? Hey, are you alright? Do you need to lay down for a minute? I'm fine! I think it's still a little early for that. My god, Connie, stop. Huh? Hey, seriously, are you really okay? There are two pillows next to each other. A wooden cupboard. There are cups inside. Surprising no one. A wooden cupboard. There's nothing useful in here. It's a bottle with water in it. This is a bedroom. They probably have it here because your throat always feels dry when you wake up, you know? My throat's dry, but I think that's because I'm a little nervous right now. Well, we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Junpei, did you want to take a shower together? Whoa! Just kidding. Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. My throat was dry already. This sure isn't helping. Just a bottle with some water in it. I doubt it'll be that useful. Man's thirsty. It's a light. Thanks to it, we can see. This is the mirror for the dresser. And now she's playing with her hair. Does she even realize she's doing that? Hey, we don't have time for that. Come on, it's not like there's anyone here you need to impress. Yes, there is. Ooh. What? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Ugh, forget it, Junpei! A well-polished mirror. Chair. A chair that goes with the dresser. There's nothing particularly interesting about it. You always gotta check at least a handful of times. It's a dresser. There's nothing on top. It's more of a vanity, but okay. Dresser key. A key? You think it's the key to the dresser? It's a key we found in the dresser. Maybe I could use it on another similar dresser. Junpei, where are you going? I was thinking of going over to Lotus's room. Why? What do you mean, why? I'm just gonna go check up on them. Is there something wrong with that? Well, no. Come back soon. Sure thing. I'll leave the rest to you. Sure. Leave it to me. Alright, off to the other room. There's a square tile in this frame. Wait, what do you mean I scared you? What did I do? It's glued in there quite well. I don't think you could take it out. There's a tile in the frame. Those empty areas seem kind of suspicious. It's a tile with a black and white pattern on it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what Akane said. The room in the back is dark. Aren't there any lights? Huh? This is a light switch, right? Sweet, I could use some light. Shoot, no dice. Think the bulbs are burned out? Either that, or the electricity to this room was deliberately shut off. I don't really give a crap why it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and we can't do shit about it. It's way too dark in here to see anything. We're going to need some light. I can barely make out the bed in the darkness. Sleep would be nice, but it would probably cost me my life. It's too dark. It's too dark to search for anything. This is the mirror for the dresser. Damn straight. Nothing weird about it, though. A dresser. There's nothing on top of it. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? That would, of course, be Lotus. Oh, crazy old bat. The stress was just too much for her. Did you say something? Nope, nothing. Mirror on the dresser. Doesn't respond when I talk to it. Very rude for a mirror. This dresser. Is there anything on it? The dresser drawer. It's locked. I want to open this. Yeah, I think I've got... Yeah, it's the same. Oh, a chair for the dresser. I'm feeling a little tired. I think I'll just sit down here for a minute. Huh. You sound like an old lady. Why, you little son of a... I'm gonna kick your ass! Chair that goes with a dresser. Is that a light? Kinda hard to tell in the dark. I wonder if this is what they call irony. To figure out if this is a light, we need a light. Talk about a catch-22. Kind of says something about life, though, don't you think? It doesn't look like this light can turn on. Maybe we'll get lucky and find something else that can light this place up. Like these matches that I have, but I'm gonna do this real quick. Junpei, did you find this key in the other room? Yeah. Then maybe that means... It's a small key. I found it in a dresser. I found it in the other room. Maybe... Also... They're matches. They won't be enough to set fire to anything very big. How about that door at the end of the hallway? Now, are you an idiot? Well, maybe there's a way. Might be able to use Junpei's clothes to build a bigger fire. No. They're matches. I could probably light something small on fire with them. I just love that. Like, yes, let's set Junpei's clothes on fire. Hey, check this out. This is a pretty nice sofa. I know. It's a shame I can't take it back with me. Huh? What's the matter, Santa? Why are you examining the sofa? Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. This sofa looks pretty expensive. Well, this is a display case. Check it out. These plates and shit look really expensive. Wanna take a look? There are a number of expensive-looking plates in here. That vase looks pretty expensive. There are some pieces of expensive-looking ceramic and porcelain in here. That vase looks pretty expensive. Alright, wait, there's a couple of pieces of art in here. Can't say if they're very good or not. Shit! It's not opening. Alright, you grab that side of the table, and I'll get the other. Let's smash this bitch open. I don't think that's going to work. That looks like tempered glass. I don't think throwing a table at it is going to break it. This is the door for the display case. Lotus says it's tempered glass. I guess that means it's hard to break. It won't open. This tile. I think I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, I know. Kinda looks like the one we saw in the other room. candle with a candlestick. This might come in handy. Whoa! It's a candle, Junpei. It's on an iron candlestick. That's a pretty big candle. We light it, it'll probably get really bright. Candle on a candlestick. We light this, it'll give us some, light. It's a round wooden table. Looks like a valuable vase. Empty, though. There seems to be a room on the left side of the vase. This room doesn't have a shower curtain. This room? Well, there were shower curtains in the bathroom that June was checking out. But you're saying this bathroom doesn't have any. Yeah, that's right. There's probably a reason why. Is there anything in the toilet? Guess not. The tank's empty, too. A toilet. There's nothing suspicious about it. No curtains, though. Some toilet paper. We've got 2 rolls, I guess. Hey, we could set that on fire! Thank you, Junpei. Whoa, look! Junpei! There's a mushroom growing out of the wall! That's a shower head. A shower head. It's dry and it doesn't look like it's been used in a while. And that's the shower knob. I tried turning it, but no water comes out. Shower knob. Doesn't matter how far you twist it, no water comes out. This thing's a little shelf for putting soap on. A shelf you put soap on. Nothing that special about it. And this is the bathroom wall. The whole wall is covered in these square tiles. It's a wall covered in small square tiles. They've all got geometric shapes on them. Yay! Huzzah! Hey Junpei, that room's pretty dark. You have something that'll give us some light? Something that'll give us some light. It won't let me back in. No. Fine. I know. If I use these matches to light the candle, I can set Santa's clothes on fire for his comment earlier. So, you lit the candle. I'm sure it'll be a light in dark places when all other lights go out. A lit candle. I can feel the heat it's putting out. Actually, it's pretty hot. I'd kind of like to sit down. A lit candle. It's hot and I don't want to hold it anymore. There are other answers than ours. Whoa! Anyway. Awesome! With the light from the candle, maybe we can take a look around over there. But it gets so hot when I hold it. I want to put it down. Well, why don't you set it on top of the dresser? It's flat there. At least it won't fall over. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Wonderful. Hey, it got pretty bright. Now we can look around a little. Mirrors on the dresser. There's nothing suspicious about it. It's a chair for the dresser. Chair that goes with the dresser. There's nothing particularly interesting about it. It's a light, man. Can't you figure that out on your own? Hard to tell if it's burned out or not. Of course, now that we have a candle, I guess it doesn't really matter that much anymore. Hey, where are you going, Junpei? I'm gonna go check out the next room. This candle is burning pretty damn fast. We don't have any time to waste, guys. This thing's gonna burn out in no time. Then we should look around this room now before the candle goes out. We can examine the rest of the room later. Let's see if this... Yes. Yes, it worked. Plate. That's a strange design. Is it ceramic? It doesn't look like there are any puzzles in it. A tile with a black and white pattern on it. Hey, Junpei, there's something on top of the blanket. Hmm? There's something sitting on top of the blanket. Whatever it is, it's all folded up. 2 pillows in a pile. Oh. A pile of pillows. Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? Hey, calm down. There are 2 pillows. Must be a double bed. Oh, can I not look at the frame? A curtain! A curtain, huh? Well, it's got all these metal rings. Probably so you could hang it from something, you know? Yes, but it doesn't look like a normal curtain. The way it feels, I think it's probably waterproof. Which would make this a shower curtain. Shower curtain, huh? It's a folded up shower curtain. Damn, that thing's big if you open it up. Oh, there's a hole. Like a bug ate through it or something. Oh, you're right. Think maybe it was a peeping Tom? I'll bet Lotus would sure make the perv hurt. If I catch him, you won't hear a peep out of the jerk. I'll knock him into tomorrow. That's too much. I hate everyone in this game. That's a lie, but... It's a shower curtain. The jury is still out on whether or not it was the work of a pervert, but there's a hole in it. Wait, it's a shower curtain, there's a hole in it. Okay. Anything under the blanket? Nope, nothing suspicious here. Huh? Hey, what the hell? It just got dark all of a sudden. Maybe the candle got blown out. We should go see. I didn't get to read the thing. Ah, I shouldn't have looked at the bed first. Hey, what's this? The top of the candlestick looks kind of weird. I'm certain it will be useful. Ah! You're right. It's all bumpy. The part of the candlestick where the candle goes looks like a key. Key, huh? I think I ran into a lock I couldn't open earlier. Yeah, we threatened to throw a table at it. Part of a candlestick is a key, apparently. Guess I'd better try and find the lock it goes to. Let's see if this candlestick key will do anything. Yes! It opened. Alright, pull that shit open. Amazing. I already opened the glass door. Hey, don't you think the pattern on that tile looks like something? Yeah, I think I saw it somewhere. Maybe we need to put that tile in the frame. Maybe. It's a tile with a black and white pattern on it. I think I'm supposed to insert it somewhere. Where?
Hey, Junpei.
Ah!
You got a minute?
I forgot. You're talking to me. Santa had shown up out of nowhere and gave Junpei no small start.
Here, take this.
Santa pulled something out of his pocket.
A bookmark?
It looked like a bookmark. It had a 4-leaf clover in it.
What is this for? Do you want me to read a book?
I found it in between some of the cushions on the sofa. Pretty sure it ain't gonna be any help to us, but I figured we might as well hang on to it anyway.
Then why don't you hold on to it?
Santa gave him a wry smile.
You know what I hate most in the world? I got 4 things. Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Hope, faith, love, and luck?
Damn straight.
And you hate these things?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Not really, but...
Junpei tried to figure out how best to phrase what he wanted to say.
What does a bookmark have to do with any of that?
Santa scratched the back of his ear and looked awkward.
Well, see, each leaf on the four-leaf clover has a meaning to it, okay? And that meaning is pretty much those 4 words. It's like flower language. Well, I guess it's not a flower, is it? So, leaf language, I guess? Yeah, you could call them leaf words.
Leaf words.
Junpei looked at the bookmark.
Hope, faith, love, and luck. The meaning of the leaves on a 4-leaf clover.
So, yeah, I want you to take it, okay? Just touching it gives me the creeps. Take the damn thing, all right?
Santa pretended to shiver with disgust and shoved the bookmark into Junpei's confused hands.
Here.
What do you want to do? Take a second dialogue. Let me just do this real quick.
Thanks, but no thanks. It's kind of weird to be getting presents from another dude, you know?
Santa's eyebrows went up. Apparently he hadn't thought of that.
Well, I guess you do have a point. I won't force it on you. Sure you don't want it?
Yeah, you have you sure? If Santa wanted him to have it that much, Junpei couldn't see any harm in taking it.
Actually, I guess I'll take it.
Jeez, just make up your mind, all right?
Before Junpei could change his mind again...
Here.
Santa shoved the bookmark into his hand.
Okay.
He took it clumsily and stuffed it into the inside pocket of his vest.
Oh, man, I feel a lot better now. That thing was a real pain, you know?
Do you really hate those 4 words that much?
Yeah, well, they can all betray you, you know? Hope, faith, love, even your destiny.
What had happened to Santa, Junpei wondered. How had he become such a bitter person? For a moment, they looked at each other.
Well, that's not my only reason.
What?
That's not the only reason I hate the 4-leaf clover. I just can't bring myself to like the number 4.
What, worried about the 4 horsemen?
Nah, come on, man, that's just silly. Maybe back in the Dark Ages that kind of crap scared people. But this is the 21st century, and I'm a 21st century guy. I'm a little insulted.
I wonder if that was a dubism, because it wouldn't be a 4 horsemen, it's just the Japanese word for 4 has... death. The word death in it, or at least part of it.
Then why do you hate 4 so much?
It's considered a very unlucky number.
'Cause it's a half-ass number. Not the best or the worst. That's why.
You... what?
9 is a way better number. So what if it's last place, right? At least it's not some lame-ass middle number.
What are you...
Santa's explanation made no sense. Junpei was even more confused than before.
You play?
Play?
I'm gonna choose this one just because getting it wrong, he's like, whoa!
You mean like the stock market?
Nah, that's not what I mean. Why the hell would you think that? I mean, yeah, I do stocks too, but...
This last statement, more or less thrown away by Santa, caught Junpei very much by surprise.
You? A stockbroker?
Yeah, got a problem with that?
No, you don't look like the type.
What Junpei didn't say, of course, was that he didn't think Santa looked smart enough to be a stockbroker.
Man, that stuff's just like gambling, you know?
Yeah, gambling is the correct option, but I just love the, oh yeah, I do stocks too, but that's not the point. And Junpei's just like, what? Huh?
All you gotta do is bet on the winning horse. Nothing that hard about it.
You sure sound pretty confident. So, are you betting on winning horses?
Course I am. You remember a couple years back when the stock for Cradle Pharmaceuticals shot through the roof? Stacked a few bills over that, if I do say so myself.
Oh yeah, he brings up stock anyway.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh was all Junpei could think of. He'd never even heard of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Fortunately, he was saved quickly from further embarrassment.
Hey, how long are you gonna stand around wasting time? Stop screwing around.
Voice screaming at them from the other room was unmistakably Lotus's. Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
The lady has spoken.
Santa sighed.
We better get back to work before we really piss her off. I don't want her beating me up.
And with that, Santa walked off slowly.
Hey, wait! We weren't done!
He started after Santa intended to catch him, but Lotus appeared from the next room, blocking his path. Posture suggested she was not about to let him pass. There was nothing for it. He had lost.
Okay, I'll get back to work. Damn it.
Her glare suggested any other choice would not have ended pleasantly for him. Junpei mumbled to himself under his breath and went back to his search. Right. There's a curtain rod. Let's put that shower curtain on those hooks. Let's try spreading the curtains. Wow, that's pretty obvious people. Somebody's really dedicated. Well, with a hole this big, you gotta wonder if maybe they wanted to be caught. So, you're saying maybe the one getting spied on was into that shit. Maybe they were into, like, those home invasion fantasies. What are you guys talking about? Home invasion? Interesting. I see. You two are real idiots, you know that? Let's try spreading the curtains. There's a hole in the curtain. If I look at it from a ways back, I can see a single tile. Alright, from here I can see what tile it is. Looks like it's 5th from the top and 3rd from the right. Might as well put it back. Alright, looking through this hole I can see white nothing strange here. Nope, the thing's not budging. Well, then that means... Oh yeah, there's another bathroom. It has something to do with the bathroom too. What's up? You're going back already? Well, I can't just leave June there by herself. What, do you think you're her knight or her protector or something? You're creeping me out. Whatever, man. I'm going. Here it is. Yes, this one's loose. I think I can get under this with my nails, and... yes! Who would have thought this would be hidden in the bathroom, huh? You did a good job finding... Oh, I forgot to do the thing. When I played this last, I looked at the matches, but once I got, like, the candle, I could go over to June's room and search the candle, and she would say something about the candle. That's kind of what I really like about this game, is, like, it's not convenient nor helpful in any capacity to do that, but they do have things to say about it the first time you look at it in the room. Hence why I looked at the matches. Even though I didn't really need to at that point in the room where Santa and Lotus were. As they say, unique dialogue. I just forgot to go back over with the candlestick. And the shower curtain. So one side has a design like the rest of the bathroom tiles, and the other side has the black and white design. I think I've seen that pattern somewhere before. It's a black and white tile. I think I've seen that pattern somewhere before. Looks like some kind of tile. Probably ceramic by the feel of it. The way the design on it cuts off is kind of weird, though. I think maybe it's supposed to match up with other plates. The exit. Lotus and Santa are in the room on the other side. I'm gonna go check up on them. use the one with the... this one. Junpei, where did you find this? It was on the wall in the other bathroom. Huh, good job. I get it. One side has the same pattern as the rest of the bathroom tiles. Yeah, and the other side has that black and white pattern. There's a tile in the frame, so I guess I'm supposed to put the tiles in the empty spaces. Alright, I'm gonna give it a shot. There it is. Yes, I did it. There, picture complete. And there goes the frame. What's this? What do you mean, what's this? Pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a hole in the wall. Like a hidden safe or something, you know? Anyway, let's take a look. I think there's something inside. Oh, who would have thought this was behind that frame? Whoa! This is one of those Mars symbols. The door at the end of the hallway. It has the same symbol engraved on the keyhole. And that's gotta mean... yes, we can use this key to get through that door. Key with a Mars symbol on it. We should be able to use this to open the door at the end of the hallway. Anyway. Junpei messed around a bit with the key he had and looked blankly at the picture that slid down.
What's the deal with this picture anyway?
Santa had only been mumbling to himself, but it drew Lotus's attention. She looked at the picture and paused.
I think I've seen this picture before.
Where?
In a book. There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. I saw this picture in his book.
What's this interesting theory?
Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Man, I can't deal with this. Just listening to you talk about it is giving me a headache.
Santa put his hands on his head as though he were in great pain. Lotus merely arched an eyebrow in his direction and continued.
It's not a difficult concept to grasp. In essence, he states that the shape of living organisms and their behavioral patterns are transmitted through a field not visible to the eye.
What part of that isn't difficult, exactly?
Lotus did not look pleased.
All right, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
Telepathy?
Yes, telepathy. Well, perhaps not exactly telepathy, but it's close enough for a simple approximation.
Santa suddenly burst into laughter.
Are you serious? Telepathy? Who do you think we are? Kids from the 70s? I can't believe someone would actually do serious research on something like that.
Yes, I agree.
Lotus's response was surprisingly curt. Junpei had expected at least some conflict.
I read the book, but I can hardly say I understood it. I'm in no position to defend or condemn anything it said. It was probably just someone latching onto a statistical outlier from some study and turning it into a ridiculous theory. There's no scientific merit to any of it, I'm sure. But even so, Anyway, I saw a picture like that one in his book.
Lotus indicated the picture they'd all been looking at. After a moment, she walked up to the strange picture, examined it, and then spoke.
Hey, what do you think this picture looks like?
Santa answered first.
What do you mean? Isn't it just like abstract or something like that? It's just black and white scribbles. There's no meaning there. That's it.
What about you, Junpei? Does it look like anything to you?
I guess it looks like...
Funyorinpa!
A Funyorinpa. See? I mean, this totally looks like one. Here and here.
Junpei indicated parts of the picture that looked exactly like the other parts. After 3 seconds of silence, Lotus looked at Junpei.
What the hell is a Funyorinpa?
What do you mean? What the hell is a Funyorinpa? You mean you don't know?
How the hell would I know?
How could you not know? That's practically blasphemous. Oh, say you're sorry. Apologize to the Funyorinpa. Goodness, you are such a rude
woman. Another 3 seconds of awkward silence went by. Lotus opened her mouth as she shook.
Junpei, are you just screwing around?
No.
Forget it. I'm just gonna tell you. This is a dog. See? Like this.
Lotus pointed out parts of the picture, and eventually a dog took shape in them. It looked as though she had a point. It was a dog. Santa also nodded in agreement.
So... now we know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how that helps us.
Lotus nodded and began to speak.
A TV show from Great Britain did an experiment once. They took 2 similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify, initially. But once you figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else. These 2 pictures. The first was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, well, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment. First, they sent the picture to other parts of the world outside the reach of British airwaves. To Ireland, the US, Africa, Europe, etc. Then, in each country, they gathered a number of test subjects, roughly 1,000 people.
I'm gonna make this be auto.
They were shown the 2 pictures and asked, what does this picture look like to you? The results weren't really interesting on their own. .2% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then, 2 days later, they aired a new program on their show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people. After the broadcast, it was a safe bet that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture was at least that many. After another 2 days passed, they gathered more research subjects from areas outside the reach of British TV and radio. This time, they only found a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same test and the same 2 pictures. The results were startling. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. The previous test sat at a 9.2% success rate. Not much of a change statistically. The dog picture, however, produced a very different result. The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog, it went from 3.9% to 6.8%, a very significant increase.
And with a smaller test group.
So do you understand?
So it's like,
do you realize the significance
wonky.
of this experiment?
But
There was no way the second group could have seen the picture. They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen it. But even so, it was only the success rate for the dog picture that went up. Why? How did that happen? What does it mean?
Lotus looked back and forth from Junpei to Santa and back again. Normally calm and collected, she looked now as though she were very nearly possessed, and there was something manic about her manner. Santa took an involuntary step backward. Junpei didn't budge and stared straight back into Lotus's eyes.
Oh, wait, does this have something to do with that field, or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier? A field not visible to the eye. So, if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Huh.
Psych!
Her manner suddenly shifted, and Lotus smiled broadly at Junpei and Santa. She waved her hand dismissively, doing her best to laugh the whole confrontation off.
I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously. Well, I mean, the things I just told you about are true. They really did happen. But the results of that experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station after all.
She gets her sweet revenge. At last, it seemed that Santa had gained control of his composure.
Right! Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute. I, really thought you were serious.
Of course not. Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience.
Oh, okay, right.
Santa and Lotus laughed and gave one another jovial claps on the shoulder. Junpei, however, didn't feel so much like laughing. Something felt wrong, unclear.
All right, enough nonsense. We've got the key. Let's get out of here.
Word.
Lotus and Santa walked away from the picture. But Junpei stayed, staring at the picture of the dog.
Huh. A field not visible to the naked eye.
Oh yeah, I understand that it breaks the pacing of these rooms when people just start talking to you, but I do think that the information that is presented in the research that the creator and the developers subsequently did, where they pulled real world experiments, knowledge, and theories, and just expanded upon them, it's like, whoa, this is cool.
Morphogenetic field.
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. We already got the key. There's nothing else here. Alright, let's go to the hallway. I'll go get June. You guys head to the door. Okay. Roger that. Hey, Junpei! Where are you going? Oh, I was gonna go get you. I know, Santa told me. Come on, let's go. Yes, it unlocked! Good job, Junpei. Good, now we can get going. Come on, what are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here. Come on, Junpei, let's go! Alright, let's go. You found it. Ding! They step through the door to find themselves in a wide hall. Actually, it's not a bad spot to stop. And who knows what I'm gonna be able to. I know it's earlier, but also we started earlier, and I also want to do stuff. Kind of tired. But it's okay. We'll be playing this game probably every Wednesday after Symphonia. That sounds like a good time. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the preview. But I don't. No, we won't play them. They're cool though. They're very cool. So yeah, we'll be doing this at least once a week. I think it's gonna make doing VLR take forever, but I do want to actually start over VLR after we beat this one and get through it and do Zero Time Dilemma after it. And then we'll resume AI? I don't know if we'll start over. We're still pretty early in AI, so probably not. I already have those VODs uploaded too, anyway. But yeah. I like this game. I like this game lots. It's so cool. Tales of Saponifony. No. 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 Okay. Ah. Yeah, so say goodbye to YouTube, everybody. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye. That's what this is, not what Symphonia will become. Okay.